All right, so Leo Stera, who is probably streaming right now, actually still. Yeah, he's still streaming. You can go watch him if you want. But he's he built this little TUI framework for OCaml, and we're gonna try it out. There's a getting started guide in the README, I believe, and we are just gonna go and follow that and see what it feels like. We've written a little bit of OCaml, and by we I mean me. I wrote a little bit of OCaml for the 12 languages, which I called MTAL. There's a playlist on YouTube about it, and there's a repo and everything. It should be easy enough to find. Okay, so let's see. I think I have not done anything with my editor, and in fact, Emacs is not playing nice right now with OBS. So we'll just restart Emacs. We'll get a fresh Emacs going. Why are you not closing? Quit. Ah, this is probably why. Work stuff. Yes. Okay. Okay. Got that loading. And just, while we have a second. See, we have cute little Christmas gnomes. Look at the little Christmas gnomes that are by the television. I mean, the fireplace. Not a television, that's a fireplace. So adorable. Okay. Let's update OBS to show this. And we should be good. And then I'll just jump into Leo's stream when I have no idea what's happening and I hit a blocker, and then I'll just go ask questions in chat. The perfect strategy for when the library creator is also streaming at the same time. Okay, so we're going to try out Mint T, written in OCaml. It's a terminal UI TUI library framework, something like that. And we're just going to go through the beginning tutorial. So let's get started. And this isn't updating. Okay, perfect. Give me a second. Why is this happening? Okay, let's see. Is this going to continue to happen? Okay, we're back for now. Hopefully this doesn't freeze again. It might. Okay, I think we're ready. I'll drop this in chat just in case anybody cares. But that's that. I'll just pin it. How about that? We shall pin it. That'll work. Okay, so Mint T is based on the functional paradigm of the Elm architecture, which works great with OCaml. It's a delightful way to build applications. We'll find out if that's true, Leo. Just kidding. This tutorial assumes you have a working knowledge of OCaml. We'll assume that's true, Leo. Getting started. For this tutorial, we're making a shopping list. We'll start by defining our Dune file. Okay. So maybe I should actually. So this is the part where I already don't exactly know what to do because I have to figure out how to how to bring in a dependency that's on GitHub locally. So this will be interesting. So let's start by cloning this repo locally, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, we have a fresh tmux session. It's working. Yay, yay. And where are we at? We're in the AOC thing. That doesn't help us. This is where we want to be. There it is. Okay. Got distracted by a message, but we're coming back. We're coming back. Okay. So we have Mint now install our cloned locally. Now I have to figure out how do I go from a local repo into having it available on my system. I imagine it's just like I have to build it and then install it. Like, of course, in Rust we just do like a cargo install. I don't know how I do that in OCaml. And it's not exactly like it's not a CLI app that I'm installing. I'm trying to use it as a source in a library. Okay. How do I guess we could try ChatGPT. I doubt it's going to be very helpful because I don't have 4. And now there's a wait list for 4. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. This is getting utterly ridiculous. Oh, there's not. There's not a wait list anymore. Huh. Maybe I should just upgrade real quick. I've been thinking about doing it anyway. It'll be, and then I can use Leo's OCaml thing. What the hell? Might as well. Why is it not showing me the actual upgrade options? Okay, let me try this in a different browser. Yeah, that's true. I should ask in Discord. I'm just gonna do this now. See if it works. Log in. I realize you guys can't see anything I'm doing, but that's because I'm about to put in some payment information into OpenAI here. Upgrade. There it is. Oh, suddenly there's not a wait list for Plus. Interesting. This is fine. What the heck? Might as well try this out. I don't want you to save my... I don't care about link. Okay. Oh, thanks. See if this works. Okay. How about it? I've been upgraded. So now if we go in here, we should now be able to use ChatGPT 4. I guess it doesn't give me the selector between, it just like works already. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but that's fine. That's funny. I hid these one time, which means they've changed it. Oh well. Okay. I went in a little bit too much. Little bit out. Nope. Little bit more in. Jesus, can't do this. Oh well, it's good enough. They changed something because I had a nice zoom on this before. Oh well. How can I you add a dependency to my OCaml Dune project from GitHub? Okay. That's not what I meant. Wait, dependency, including dependencies. Okay. Create or edit your OPAM file, sure. Add the GitHub dependency. Oh, okay. So you can do it like this. Okay. I think that'll work. We'll try that. Dune. Let's see. So we need to create our own thing. So we're just gonna call this Mint T tutorial. What is it called? It's like a to-do app or something. Shopping list. Mint T shopping list. All right. Hey, Pravan, what's up? MTA, huh? Metro Transit Authority. I think that's New York. I could be wrong though. Now I have to remember how to do a new project. It's like Dune executable. Is that not it? I know it's not exec. Is there a Dune new? I don't remember how to do this. Build exact init project name path. Okay. So what does Dune init do? Oh, that's right. You know OCaml. You know OCaml better than I do, I bet. I'm just creating a new project right now. I just don't remember to do it. Dune init exec. I want it to be an executable. So I would do Dune init exec name path. So if I don't give it a name, otherwise it is created in the current working directory. Okay. So let's just try this. Dune init mt shopping list. I should just do this over. It's going to create a new directory. I kind of remember this. Dune init exec mt shopping list. Oh, that's right. It has to be underscore. Okay. No, really. I was so sure I was right. I was so sure that it wasn't going to create it here. Fuck. Cargo init new project name is the answer. It's funny. Okay. Well, that's annoying. I don't know what else is here. Probably start. What is start? Then why doesn't it have anything in it? Okay. I know it's not empty. Do I have to? That's when I have to do the RF thing? Oh, no, I'm stupid. It's this way. It's a capital R, isn't it? Really? Just because it's... I don't get it. It's fine. Oh, it's RM-RF. Sorry, guys. I'm dumb sometimes. I got flustered because I didn't think this was RM_build. Hey, Kiavo9, thanks for the follow. I didn't think that I thought that Dune Init was gonna create a new thing for me, but it didn't. And so I got annoyed and I'm frustrated with this. Okay, I think that's good enough. It doesn't really matter. I can fix the rest of it another time. Remove after specific time or get reset. Yeah, I could do that for sure. It's fine. I just need to get over it. I think I did it already. It was just the Dune file, a couple other random things. Okay. Okay, so let's just go ahead and cd. Actually, I'm gonna change this to empty list. Okay, that's what I want. We're gonna go into empty shopping list and we're gonna run that same command, which was Dune init exec empty shopping list, and this should be fine. Okay. I feel like it did something different for me last time. I feel like last time it created a whole like structure for me. Yeah, like this stuff. It gave me a Dune project. It gave me all this stuff. How did I do that? Weird. Okay, 1 second. Listen to this voice note. Okay, we're back. It comes with your Dune in it? Yeah, that's what I thought, but it didn't. Like it just gave me a build and a Dune file. I'm guessing it's a file, right? Yeah. That's not what Dune in it did for me last time. Is that the different? Oh, it's the difference between a project and an executable. Maybe that's what it is. Huh. Yeah. I wonder which one I actually want. Maybe I should just maybe I should just go with an executable for now. Because I mean he's got this like executable name shop libraries mint. Okay. This is fine. Let's just start pretending like we know how to do things. Um All right, so obviously our executable name is a little different, and we'll just add libraries mint here. Now we can open a RML file and say, not this, we're gonna say open mint. Okay, and that imports everything from mint. Camel is not a real language. I'm here for the birdie. I'm up for the beard. Hey, Justin. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. The beard is here. That's true. Um, that reminded me. I have something I need to find. All right. I forgot. It's probably my last stream before Christmas, so hold on a second. I'm trying to find something. I just haven't found it yet. I'm almost there. I found it. The wait is over. Now we just have to see if I can do it. All right, I'll have to do this in a mirror. Okay, we're back. So back. You gotta go feed your cat? Okay. Um, I'm glad this was thrilling content for you and Disney. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Let's see. Is there enough light? Probably not. I'll back up a little bit. I think I'll have to go up. I'll have to go up closer. There we go. Isn't that just adorable? we're we're all festive now. I have Christmas lights in my beard. They don't actually light up. Sorry. We've got the fireplace. We've got the hat. We're so ready for this. My partner bought me these as a like a funny gift one time, and I saw them this year and I just knew I would have to put them on. I just knew I'd have to put them on. And it's got the whole like the sequins. So, see? You like it? We got the sequins, so I made an M out of the reversible sequins. Sequins, however you want to say it. Seek. What do you hate so much? The beard bobbles? I don't know, Justin. Probably. They're pretty partial to me keeping a beard. At the end of the day, they don't care. But they're pretty partial to the beard. I shaved it off one time 7 or 8 years ago. It was a mistake for everybody. Nobody was appreciative of that. Oh well, like, oh yeah, so being partial to something in this case, so like, oh, I'm partial to having this, it means that I want to have that, or like, it's kind of like how impartial means um like you're unbiased. Partial would mean that you're kind of like biased towards something, right? So, but we use it differently, or maybe I just do. I don't know. I use words weird. That happens too. Oh, I never plugged my Keybcam back in. Hold on one second. We can fix that. I, I've been having these like delay latency issues with my main cam, and I was thinking, maybe it's because I have the Keeb and the main plugged in at the same time to the same USB hub, but it doesn't seem to actually make a difference. Yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous hat, but I appreciate it. I feel like the last thing we need to do is probably get a more Christmassy color instead of the meta color on here. I've got pink because it's kind of like my color, but let's see. Do I remember how to do this? I don't know if I do. I do. Okay, we got blue. Can we get green? It's basically not noticeable on stream that I just changed it to green. It just looks blue. It's a little bit greener. It's too bright in here for it to actually make a difference. Oh well, we already changed it. So we are following along in the I pinned the library we were using. We are following along the tutorial for Mint Tea, which is an OCaml port basically of Go's bubble tea, I believe. Is that right? Heavily inspired by bubble tea. I believe that's a Go thing. So yeah, it's like a TUI framework. I'm not using the Elm architecture. It's based on the paradigm of the Elm architecture, not using the Elm technology itself. Um, yeah, yeah. This one's special to me. It is special. Oh, so for those of you who've been around for a while, and you were around when I did the cock programming language. Um, speaking of erect things, I don't know if you saw this, but they really did go to, let's see, can I find it? Can I find it? I don't do that much. There we go. No, where the hell did the tweet go? It was just like a couple days ago. I don't do that much on Twitter for me to be able to not find this. Yeah, I don't see it now. What the hell? Anyway, the point is that Rock is actually uh thanks for the follow, Justin. Um Rock is the new name for cock. Yep. Rock is the new name for cock. You guys happy about this? It's really good. Yeah. So it used to be called this, like the French word for chicken. Do they really not have like cockling or anything like that? They do. Okay. Here we go. And they didn't actually put it on their actual thing, but they're changing this to Rock, ROCQ. That's the new name. Yeah. Pretty funny. Anyway, I thought that was funny and that people who have been around might care to know about. Yeah. That's it. Okay. So we got really far so far in the tutorial. As usual, I'm going extremely slow. We've opened mint tea. You're happy to have gained that information now, yeah. Well, there's a whole VOD on YouTube of me doing 4 hours of the cock proof assistant. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, we got that single line. That's what matters. And it doesn't even work because we haven't actually put the dependency in. So that's the next thing we need to do. So let me go to my new fancy Jippity here and see if this is even gonna work. So I need an OPAM file. But the problem is that they didn't even create an OPAM file because I didn't have a project, which then brings me back to this idea that I probably need to re-init this as a project instead of this, right? I love that I continue to do this for, yeah, you have to prove it. That's right. It's very serious. I am following the tutorial, but the tutorial, this is, I don't know. I might make a suggestion, but the problem is that the tutorial is made for people who have a working knowledge of OCaml. um, so maybe I could make this work just using like the exec function that I have, but I don't know because I don't know how to add. How do I add that to this? Okay. This is what I need to do. So let's see. This is also on Twitter. Twitter is my new reference for things. No, but this is on. Is it Leandro's profile? No, it was Sabine, but Sabine has so many. How can I find that? Oh yeah, I can just go to like my likes or something, right? I'm getting there. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I probably like too many things. I don't know how to get. How do I get Leo's thing into my thing? All right, let's go to Leo's stream and ask. Because I don't know how on GPT you add like new like plugins or whatever they call them. I don't know how to do that. Um, OCaml Genie. Yep, that's it. All right. Good deal. Do I have to pay for that? I upgraded to GP. I upgraded GPT. I gave fucking Sam Altman money. Yeah, I upgraded just today because there's not a wait list. I decided to just upgrade. Okay. Can I add an OPAM file to an executable project that I started with Dune exec, Dune init exec? Isn't that what I did? But why doesn't it show over here? How do I get it to do that? Yeah, you know, I think Sam, he's gonna just feel really, really happy that I you can manually create an .opam file in the root directory of your project. It should be named after your project, for example, myproject.opam. Okay, so now OCaml Genie just shows up here, so I just click that anytime I want to use it. Okay, got it. Why did I really upgrade if I'm going to be completely honest? It's probably more for the image thing than anything else, but I also I felt like it is important for me to test out GPT-4 fully as, you know, a coding assistant or something for reasons. Relevance, I guess, like for when I actually have to get a real job. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure. Um okay, so we just need to create an OPAM file. So if we say touch mt shopping list dot opam, and then we create an example opam file. Let's see. You can manually create an OPAM file in the root directory of your project. Include necessary fields such as, okay, can you write a basic OPAM file that has all required fields? Did I say I want optional but commonly used? I just want the required. I'm feeling like I probably should have just done a Dune init project, and then all of this would have been like created for me and I wouldn't have to like think about it, but oh well. Okay. It's definitely not what we're on. I think we should be on like 5 something, 5.1.0 or something. Let's see what I'm on for my MTAL thing when we did Hello World. OPAM. Oh, you don't even have to specify. Perfect. Even better. Depends. Okay. Not going to add anything else there, but now we have to go back to this answer and see if this works. github.com/leostera/mentee, and this should just be called mentee. Gonna guess this is how you do it. I don't know if this is actually valid or not. Let me make sure I got the repo right. Leostera mentee. Okay, we'll just see if this is true or if like literally ChatGPT just made that up or not. All right, let's just now we can create a new shop and start by opening up mentee. Okay, creating a type for our model. So let's just write out this model and then we'll try building this and see what happens. I have no idea if any of this is going to work exactly. I guess I should look at what the OPAM version was here as well. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just pretend that this will work. Okay. Okay, we'll just write this and say choices string times selected or unselected. Why don't I have nice syntax highlighting? What's up with that? Do I not have eglot running? Cursor int. Okay. This is fine, but I don't know why this is the way that it is. Huh. Maybe I never actually... Okay. OCaml LSP now managing this. Huh. I'm a little bit surprised as to how it decided to do this and how it decided to indent this. But okay, we'll just go with it for now. Dude, it's based. I have no problem with Elm the technology. I just have a problem with the people that were in authoritative roles over the Elm project. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Let's just get in it here so we kind of have. Oh, I didn't know you could do this. Might as well do this. No. Forgot I wasn't in iTerm. Okay. Nice. We're back. Yeah, Elm is nice. It's a great idea. I think it's just the leadership seem to have signs of toxicity. But it's not like I spent a lot of time, and it's not like I know any of the people personally, so I probably shouldn't say that publicly on the internet. Yet here we are. You gonna get started with your work? What are you doing? What are you working on? Cool. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Justin. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, so we have an OPAM file. We have no idea if it's going to work. I could try just doing a Dune build and see what happens. Oh, see, this just all feels dumb. If I can't run Dune build, then I just feel like this is messed. This is all messed up. Yeah, we're gonna restart. We're not going to keep where we're at so far because this just isn't working right. Dune init. Let's see what happens if I just do this. It'll probably like really be screwed up, but if we're gonna restart anyway. Okay, it created a new thing. See, that's what I was expecting. So annoying. Okay, it's fine because we'll just do it this way. We will take this OPAM, we'll copy this little guy, and we'll do this and go in here. Why is this empty? Why are you giving me an empty OPAM file? Is that normal? That doesn't make sense. It really is empty? I'm so confused right now. There's no way I created my other OPAM file myself. Okay. Let's go to the OCaml homepage and see what the fuck I'm doing wrong. How about that? Get started. Your first OCaml program. Don't care about OPAM switches right now. Okay, this is basically what we did. Yes. Maybe I should just do a Dune build and then maybe it generates the OCaml file. Yeah, I think that would actually be helpful. I mean, I understand it's like for people familiar with OCaml, but I still think it would be helpful to be like, if you're building this little toy project, to just be like, yeah, actually go ahead and do this, you know? So let me try a Dune build here real quick. And let's see if that generates the OPAM file. Yep, that's it. It generates on the first Dune build. A little annoying, but not the worst thing ever, right? Okay. All right. So now that that mystery is solved, I can go back to this one, and we're going to paste this and see if this syntax actually works. I have a really hard time believing that this is this is the right syntax. Maybe it's supposed to actually just be get, like maybe this is like the source. Like since this is like a version param, you can just say get. Maybe. We'll just go with that since that's what they started with. And I don't think I really did anything else in my source besides the open. So I think we can go ahead and overwrite it now. So what we're going to do is say mv empty shopping list dot slash no, yes. Okay, now we're back. And so I don't get confused because now I have two. We're going to do rm-r for this one. Okay. We're so good at this. And then now that I've done that one change, let's just try Dune build again and see what happens. It built successfully. Of course, that doesn't mean anything because it's not like I'm actually trying to use Mint T yet. But let's go ahead and exit out of all this stuff that doesn't exist anymore. And this also doesn't exist. Very good. And we'll start with bin main.ml. Good. And this Dune also has the executable, so that makes me feel a little bit better. So now let's go back to the tutorial and see if we can follow along. Okay, so here we are. And this can just become open mint t. And let's see what happens when we just Dune build this. Library mint t not found. Okay. That's fine. That makes sense in some way. Let me think. Let's go back here and see if we missed any step that they said you're supposed to do. Once you've updated, you can use the OPAM, and I forgot the OPAM install. That could be my fault. License doesn't adhere to the SBDX standard. Oh man. Okay, package MT shopping list does not exist. Create as a new package. I feel like this is not what I want to do. I feel like this is not what I want to do. Are you sure that this is what I'm supposed to do? Let's see. Try this one. I feel like OPAM install is the same as cargo install. Like it's just going to install it on my system where I could like execute it. but I could be wrong. Did you like how I said that? Execute it? Executed? Okay. All right, whatever. We'll just try it anyway. Sure. Consider updating them with OPAM update. I feel like I just did like a month ago. I guess that's a long time. Empty shopping list is now get plus file. Okay, could not synchronize. Try again after your first commit. Okay, that's fine. No changes have been performed. Okay. Library mentee not found. Okay. Let's try asking OCaml Genie this same question and see if it knows something that I don't. Or it knows something GPT-4 doesn't know. I'm sure it knows plenty that I don't know. You can add a GitHub repository as an OPAM repository. This allows OPAM to install a package directly from GitHub. Use the command OPAM repository add repo name repo URL. After adding the repository, you can specify the package in your .opam file as a dependency. Oh, okay, this makes more sense. Okay, so I think GPT-4 was wrong, and OCaml Genie might be right. We'll see if this is true or not. So repository add T, and the URL is github.com/leostera/mentee. Initial repository fetch failed. Do I need like a little HTTPS? Whoops. Yeah, well, let's try this again. Download failed. Interesting. Okay. Of course it's a skill issue, Nightshade. Of course it is. It's literally my entire stream is just about having skill issues. HTTPS. Oh, am I dumb and I was supposed to say menttee.get? Yep. Sweet. Nice. Okay, cool. So that actually seemed to work. So let's see what happens. I think then, if I understand this correctly, which I probably don't, let's be real. I should be able to just go into my OPAM file, and I should be able to say depends mentee, and it should just work because I've basically added it to my current switch to say like this is the mentee that I want you to use. No, you still hate me? Don't you think that's kind of rude? Um, Okay, let's go back to ChatGPT. 1 hour first. Yeah, seriously. Okay. OPAM pin add package name. This tells OPAM to fetch the package. Oh, okay. After adding the dependency to your OPAM file or pinning it, run OPAM install period. So it still thinks that I need to do this, which it might be correct. So we'll just try this. Yeah, Nightshade, Gleam sounds really cool. I mean, I'm excited that you guys are looking into it. We'll see what happens. Did you need do you like my hat, Nightshade? Are you happy about it? Okay, could not synchronize. See, okay. That's not right because, okay, hold on. We're going to do this. Fuck, it can't undo because I don't have any other commits. It's hilarious. Let's just do this. We're just going to do remove-r.get y. Okay. We just need to do an RF. Get init. And let's see, mtol slash OCaml get ignore here. Let's see where we were at. Well, of course that's not going to effing work. Okay, just kidding. That was stupid on my part. Okay, the rest of this is fine. That looks good. Let's try OCaml install dot again. Yeah. I have to go up here so that it focuses on the lights. Like we're real festive today. Super festive. I just realized that Spotify isn't on this one. That's dumb. 1 second. There. Now it's on this one. Me and my silly OBS thing. Library mint t not found. Okay, so then this is where I want to opam pen add mint t to that same get URL. So we might as well just do it this way. We did an opam repository add, and now we need to do an opam pen. This is looking good. I think we got somewhere. Yeah, don't worry, man. You ain't gonna hear that on this stream, Engineer. All right. Package conflict, missing dependency, riot. Okay, but your installed packages may be out of sync. Okay, it's fine that I don't have riot right now. Maybe it will just do the right thing if I do this again. We're getting somewhere. All right. Let's see. I'll put it under Sabine as well. That way I can see how this works. No. All right. We might have to do it this way. We might have to go back to Leo's stream. Here. I'll see if I can. Let me turn Brave way down. how to bring in mint t or any project as a dependency from GitHub. I think he's actually too low for you guys. A little bit better. I don't know. He's not really talking. And he doesn't see my message. Ah, dear. What to do, what to do. I'm going to pause the music for a second because I can barely hear. And we'll just see if he responds. While I try to look up the answer on my own.
And now that returns what we expected to return. Does it?
He might be listening to Metallica. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so let's go with this for a second, right? For our reads, we will have a regular type, right, and a buffer.
Maybe it'd be here.
Oh, actually, we don't even care about that, but this type over here.
Okay, here we go.
Should not work.
In addition to the ones available in the default, in order to do that, put these packages in a private repository and then add this repository in order to be able to install these packages the same way install public code. For example, if your packages are stored
but here
in a Git repository,
because this read has a packed read, right? So we will have something more like type source, right? Actually, not even that. Packed, and then we'll take a buffer of a cstruct t, right?
Okay. And we'll just pretend like we're okay for now. Okay. Okay. So you guys probably can't see any of this because of the way this website works. There we go. OPAM init, use the default repository. OPAM remote add devel get devel.git. OPAM will add the default OPAM repository when initializing, and you add your development repository afterwards under the name devel. The Git backend will be used because the URL starts by Git. I think that's the problem. Is I should have actually used a Git instead of HTTP. I should have just used a Git one. Okay. So let's fix this. I mean, I guess I can actually, I'm going to try just going here and doing Git there. And then we'll try to do the same thing for the repository add. I'm guessing this is doing something. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should have done the ad first before the pen because I don't feel like that should take this long. But I could be wrong. All right. Let's go back to this real quick. I forgot what the other one was. All right. Fuck that. It's taking too long. Let's try repository. Oh, I forgot to put add. I didn't do that in the beginning anyway. OPAM repository add. To change that, use OPAM repository set URL. Good error message. Good job, OPAM. Huh. I mean, maybe this part doesn't matter. And maybe it's the pin because I didn't do pin add. I just did pin. That could have been the problem. Well, this might take a while. What's everybody planning for Christmas? And if you don't celebrate Christmas, tell me what you do celebrate and what you're planning for that. Let me just try this again to see if it's still fucked up. OPAM repository. Can I do like, is there a remove here? Remove. Yeah, they're trying. Okay. Good deal. So let's try this again. We're going to try OPAM repository add mint t using just a get instead of HTTPS. We'll see what happens. Let's go back to the OPAM docs real quick. Based on what this shows, it seems like this would be the right thing. But let's see. Version pinning. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong docs. OPAM 2.0. Okay. Manual. Love it. Add name. OPAM repositories can be accessed using local or remote. Okay, so that makes sense. OPAM repository add is basically the same thing they were saying to do. It's just done a different way in OPAM 2. I don't care about the switch thing. OPAM repositories can be accessed using local or remote paths. HTTP URLs are one of the supported version control systems. Git, Mercurial, or Darks. Okay. Git repository add name URL. So why is this taking so long? But when I did it as HTTPS, it basically didn't take long at all. I'm gonna guess. I wonder if I just do this, what happens? It sucks that this just hangs for a really long time and doesn't ever actually like tell me what's happening. That's annoying. I mean, I know I'm like maybe I'm just being impatient and it did take that long and I just forgot. I don't know. So yeah, okay. So actually GPT was wrong about this part. It's not OPAM pin ad. According to this, it is just OPAM pin. OPAM pin package URL. So that's weird. I don't know why I got it wrong. I mean, I got it right, even though they had it wrong. Huh. Well, Leo could have answered, and it's possible that I missed it, but I was too impatient. Um, I guess I could try Discord. Let me just try DMing Dylan, actually. I know, right? I effing upgraded, Jeopardy. Why would you be wrong after I upgraded? I gave you money. Well, I DM'd him. We'll see what happens. Okay. Uh Yeah, I just didn't remember it taking this long, so that's one of the things I'm confused about. Oh no, did I ruin my I didn't ruin my decorations. We're okay. Give money to be wrong. Yeah, come on. Okay, Mint T is already set up and points to Git. To change that, use. But why did it take that long? Why? Why would this just take this long to error? What the actual F? Why? Why would you take that long to error? Someone isn't in a very holiday mood. Dude, I'm always frustrated. I'm always frustrated when things don't work immediately. You know that. Ah, come on. Hmm. I wonder if I'm thinking about this wrong and actually I just need to OPAM install. Because basically Dune build keeps overwriting this, so maybe that's my problem. Is what I actually want to do is say OPAM install mint T. Let's see if this works at all. Okay. This might be fun. Okay, this is what I ended up having before. So I think that's my problem. I understand I'm missing this dependency, but like I shouldn't have to. Do I need to add Riot to my own project dependencies? That seems kind of weird. Um Let's see. Does he have an example here with an OPAM file? That would also be nice. No. Okay. I'm used to that instant gratification. Yeah, it's definitely true. Um, what was I gonna do? Anybody remember? Anybody remember what I'm doing? Oh yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So that seems a little bit weird that I can't get this just to like add it, but it's fine. We'll just do this. At first, I thought I was really like showing you my DM messages with DM, and I was like, I don't think we've talked about anything all that interesting. More like, hey, you want to do this next on stream? Hey, we could do this. That'd be cool. About what you would expect. Um, uh, Install Riot 0.0.2. So that means I'm gonna have to go through the same exact thing in order to get Riot, the other one. What I probably need to do is this OPAM update, which is what they said I need to do. I just didn't think I'd have to, you know? I thought I'd be okay. We'll see how much I actually use it at Meet. Like, if I don't find value in it, then I'll just cancel, right? Like, doing it for $20 one time, that's fine. But if I don't seem to find that there's a lot of difference, then I'm just gonna cancel. All right, this OPAM update might take a while. I guess even though we can't actually see that this is working yet, we could still continue to write up some code and just see how it all feels, since we've mostly just spent this stream trying to get things to work, which wasn't the funnest thing out there. So we added this already. Let's go into our main.ml and we'll just type some of this code out. So I am annoyed that apparently my Tuareg thing, Tuareg mode, is not doing the indentation very well, because this is just kind of weird for it to be 4 space there and then for this to not go back. That's weird. Jippity's on holiday. Yeah. Yeah, I might just do it myself, you know. Leo's busy trying to write a bunch of library code I can't write. It summarizes information well. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's see. So this is creating a type for our model. This type can be anything you want. Just remember that it must hold your entire application state. Okay, so that makes sense. So we have our model, which holds our state for our application. Initialization. Next up, we'll create our initial model function. If creating this initial state is too expensive, we could make it a function too, so we can call it when we need to start the application. Okay. Oh, I just realized that I still have Brave unmuted, and that can lead to unsavory things occurring. All right, so let's create an initial model. Cursor equals 0. You know, I'm actually kind of remembering that I hated the formatting that I was getting using this originally. By empanadas. Oh, you're gonna give me. Okay, we're not gonna do emojis at this point. Unselected. I kind of remember this was happening, and Dylan was like, "You just need to use, you know, one of the OCaml format versions that you like." But it is annoying that I can't. It's not just doing it automatically for me. Just some weird formatting decisions from my perspective. Okay, so we have some choices. Should we get pretty emojis in here? I guess we can. It's fine. Emacs is like suffering right now with these. It's like, okay, I guess I'll just make this line a little bit taller to make this work. I didn't copy the cupcake somehow. Okay. Yeah, it's still working on that update. Oh well. We'll see what happens. Okay. Next, we will define our init function. This function takes the initial state and returns a mint-t command that kicks off the application. This can be going into full screen, setting up timers, or just nothing. In this case, we do nothing. Okay. So this says let init underscore model equals command dot no op. Emacs is suffering. Yeah, it happens. Okay. And then the interesting part of any T application is always how it updates the model based off incoming events. If mint T things aren't any different. Oh, in mint T things aren't any. I was like, the update function gets called whenever things happen. This could be a key press, a timer going off, or even every rendering frame. There's even the possibility of using custom events. Okay. It deserves to suffer. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, you know, it happens. Okay, this is a lot of code, but we can, let's type it a line at a time and make sure we understand what we're typing. So we're creating a function that takes an event and a model, and we're going to match on event. And if it's a key down event, then we're going to say model, and I can't see the last thing, command dot quit. Okay. If we press Q or the escape key, we exit. Okay, let's see. So event.keyDown. Oh, right. So it's saying if the Q or escape key get the key down event, then we're going to go ahead and quit. Okay. And we pass in our state, right? Model is just our state. And that's all we have to do. It's time to put Emacs to Emacs heaven. uh, key K. I mean, I've said that I would try NeoVim at some point. I probably should. Okay, if we press up or K, we move up in the list. Event.key down, up key, little Vim bindings for you, right? Little K for up. Let cursor equals if model dot cursor equals 0, then list dot length model dot choices. Okay, -1. Okay, else model dot cursor -1 and n model with cursor command dot noop. Did that right? Yeah. Okay, so if we press up or K, we move up in the list, and that just means we grab our cursor. And we're going to take the length of our choices and put it at the end. Okay. Otherwise, we go up. Okay, right. So that's just basically saying that we're wrapping, right? If we're already at the top, we're going to go back to the bottom. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad there's a chat delay. That way I can actually think about something before Indisneer just tries to tell me what I'm thinking. I mean, if there was no chat delay, it'd be really, really crappy for me. Okay, so we finally got OPAM update done. Let's try OPAM install Riot again and see what happens. We might have to do the same thing for Riot as we did for Mint T. And maybe that's what that error is saying, is that OPAM would have been fine installing Riot, but it can't find a version that will satisfy what Mint T is looking for. So that could be what that actually was. You ready my mind? No, okay, cool. So after the update, we can get Riot 0.0.5. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Now the thing is, I just thought of something. Good. I don't want anything to be performed because now I want to see if this actually effing works. No, I meant to do mint t, not just dot. But we'll see what happens with an opam install dot, and then we'll try opam install mint t and see if it will bring in Riot and just be happy. I'll learn me something. We're doing some OCaml today, whimsically. This is true. Okay, library mint t not found. Perfect. So now we're going to opam install mint t. And I expect this to just work after my opam refresh. All right, we'll give that some time to think. And we'll continue writing out this code. Okay. If we press down or J, we move down in the list. Okay, so I'm going to see, assuming that I can do this, right? We're going to say down or key J. I'm not reading the code. I'm just basing it off of the top here. If model.cursor equals list.length model.choices -1, then we want to go to the bottom. No, we just want to go to the top. Right. Else, I'm trying to make this a little bit interesting for myself and not just read all the code. Okay, model.cursor +1. Did we do the right thing? We did the right thing. How about it? Okay. And then we just need to actually return all that. So we're going to say n model with cursor command dot nope. Command dot nope. Whimsically says okay, this is great. This is great. So now that we did the refresh, this is doing what I expected. So what that error was telling me was that OPAM could not find Riot greater than or equal to 0.0.5, and that's why it couldn't actually install. Now this is working. We should be okay. I rent. I am a renter. I live in a rented apartment. Did nobody push back telemetry and OCaml got so much shit for it? I don't know what you mean to me. I thought telemetry ruffles people's feather. It doesn't matter if it's open or not. I don't know. Open telemetry is different from what Golang was doing. It's more about enabling the dev to use telemetry to better understand what is happening in the system. Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense. Uh-huh. Yeah. You built like a similar like kind of TUI framework whimsically, or maybe just like a that makes sense. I mean, it's like if you've worked with anything like this, right? I mean, we're used to events. When I used to do front end, I used to have to think about all these events. I like the as much as I hate front end development myself, I could see myself creating like a terminal application, but like creating a web application again where I have to deal with the front end, I'm not touching that. Not interested. Do you know how to make most owners mad? Tell them you have a 2.875 interest rate. Oh, that's so true, Nightshade. Oh, just tell them that. That's hilarious. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I mean, that's what's funny. It's like, of course, housing prices, especially out here. I mean, kind of everywhere, but in the U.S., especially smaller areas, they're so insane, and they've gone up so much. And when interest rates were so low, and then they've dropped like barely, but now you're going to get a mortgage with like 6 or 7% interest, and it's like that's the worst. That's the worst. You're paying a still inflated cost for a house with a rather high interest rate. Yeah, I'll pass. Yeah, you got in at the rock bottom. Yeah, 2 years ago would have been rock bottom for interest for sure. Okay, this looks good. So we installed Mint T successfully, and so we figured it out, right? Nope, it hates everything. No, I'm just kidding. It's just because we're actually just not we haven't finished this yet. When we finish this, we should be done. So we don't have an exhaustive pattern match, and there's a lot of problems with the code. We'll get there. Okay. It's just saying I haven't used all these values. So, that's a problem. I wonder how how do I turn off these warnings? This is the problem with paying for something, and then you're like, oh, I might as well use this because I'm paying for it. And then you're like, oh, well, I did use it a lot, so um maybe it is worth it. Wayne, what's up? Welcome. The first problem, OCaml, yeah. This is why um this is why we keep a meet around. Like, not that I actually think he's an FP hater. Obviously, otherwise he'd be hating every single time he joins the stream at this point because we've done poor guy. I did C++ one time, and then he follows me, and then suddenly he's just exposed to all this ridiculousness. Um no. Tip mod to ban me. No. I absolutely love, like, in the Discord by the way, there's a command for it if you care. In the Discord and in chat here, I love that there's so many people from different like programming backgrounds. And like the fact that Amit hangs out and he's like C/C++ master. uh he probably will be mad that I called him that, but like he's really good at it and he knows his stuff. Like it's just really nice to have that, because otherwise, I don't know, it's easy for us to all be in our little echo chamber. Yeah, Riot is OCaml copying Erlang. Yes, that is correct. And is near. So we have Riot, which is OCaml copying Erlang to work well with multi-core uh, OCaml. You're in your own Rust echo chamber. Yeah, that's fair. And then we have Mint Tea, which is inspired by Bubble Tea, which I think is Go, or is that Elm? Maybe it's Elm. I don't know. Um, yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I love the different backgrounds. Um, if you want to keep the declaration for future use, you can use a directive to suppress it. However, this is generally not recommended unless you have a specific reason to retain the used value. This line will suppress the warning by creating a use. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. So let's just do this. Let's do our catch-all. Let's write our catch-all first, which is just going to be model with no changes and command.nope. I like to say nope for some reason. You're specifically looking for Rust work at the moment? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Nightshade, you're just special. You're just in your own special little place. It is written like this, whimsically, just trying to trigger the Lisper. Just don't label yourself an engineer. You know, Nightshade is a senior. He's a senior by uh business intelligence engineer. I don't remember your title anymore. Okay. So let's say equals initial model let underscore equals init let underscore equals update. Oh, that's right. You have manager in your title now. Nice. All right, let's see if this builds now. Boom. Amazing. Okay. I just didn't want there to be any more build errors while I was finishing this. Obviously, this isn't done. Okay. So we got key down key J. And then what do we want to do when we press enter or space? We toggle the item in the list that the cursor points to. Okay. When we press enter or space, we toggle the item in the list that the cursor, okay, that the cursor points to. Okay. Yeah, that's what success is. Dune build. Yeah, that's OCaml's build tool. Dune. I don't really care what my title is. Dylan's just getting back to me. Hi.
Are you done?
No.
Oh.
I know. Dude, he's on holiday and he took 29. I did the math wrong to start with. He took 29 minutes to respond on holiday. I mean, come on. Okay. How is it so far? Let's see. Well, the GitHub thing took me a while to get my mind around. But other than that, Menti is looking good so far. Mint tea so far is just that perfect temperature and very smooth. All right. So on key down for enter or space, I just guessed. I was right. How about it? We're going to toggle the status, right? So if we remember, our model has choices, which is a tuple of string and a state, basically, of selected or unselected. And then we have our cursor, right? So then basically we're just going to want to change the status. So we're going to say equals. Oh, I missed some things, didn't I? Okay, let toggle status equals match status with selected So match status with selected to unselected, or unselected to selected. Okay, so let's think about this. Status equals match status with selected to unselected or unselected to selected in let choices equals. Okay, let me just think about this. So toggle, oh yeah, toggle is just a function that we're defining that takes a status. Okay, that's easy. Okay, so now that I figured that out, the rest of it makes sense. So toggle is just a function that takes a status, and we're just defining that within this block and using it in our list.map_i, and we're going to do an anonymous function called index that takes a tuple of name and status, and we're going to bind status to this name. Model.cursor. Okay, let status equals if index equals model.cursor, then toggle status. Right? Yep. Else status. Okay. And then there's an N. Right. N name comma status. Okay. And then all we have to do, then we specify what we're mapping over, which is our model.choices. In model with choices, command dot noop. Okay. Sucks Nightshade. All right, what have you guys been talking about? Stream would be even better if you're drinking some mint tea. Yeah, that's true. I probably have some. Wanted to try a different way of programming. Yeah. Erlang's very, very different. Not interested in Swift. Did assembly back in college. Don't want to touch it again. That's fair. You wrote your first minor mode whimsically. That's cool. What is it? What'd you do? Yeah, so far Minty looks pretty slick. It's nice. It's very simple, easy to understand. It's basically what you would expect. Of course, we have it open for our entire file, which is definitely, I mean, it's probably what you'd want to do is have Mint T open for your module for where you're doing all of your event handling, and then you could call into your library code where it's not, right? Just wrapper over CLI thingy. Cool. That's still very cool, whimsically. Very cool. I've never done anything like that. Are you living in your mom's basement? No, my own place with 2.875 interest in the basement wrapping gifts. Yeah, I need to do that. I'm planning on doing that tomorrow. Probably going to do most of my wrapping tomorrow. Maybe today if I feel like it. Oh, this seems really legitimate. I just got a text message. Apple notification. Please visit oneservices.online to avoid interruption of services. Oh, it's so dumb. I can't. It's just so dumb. Okay. Anyway, better do it. Better go to oneservices.online. I'll type it in chat for people to make sure that you guys don't have an interruption of service. There you go. That's the URL they sent me. Okay, I'm sure it's very reputable. I look like a garden gnome. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I basically am at this point. I mean, I even put lights on my own beard. So yeah, no, there wasn't even like that, you know? I mean, come on. These people. These fishers. The UPS, USPS, FedEx scams, yeah. So many. Pretty funny. Okay. Event key down, enter space. Okay, let's just talk through this real quick. So we know that toggle is a function. Obviously, it's just toggling status. That's pretty obvious. We're having a choices. We're using list.map I. I don't remember what map I actually does, but that's okay. Do we have like a nice little... We probably don't. I probably don't have a doc command in the OCaml LSP. No, I don't. That's fine. Let's see. Eglot doc. No. It's fine. It's map with index. Okay, thanks. I could have just read the next line and probably figured that out whimsically, but you know, that's okay. I was trying to figure it out without even looking at the context of the rest of the code. All right. So, map with index takes the index and one of the elements, which, as we looked at before, it's the choices, which is name status. Does ch work? Maybe. Ch dot. What just happened? Oh no, you broke it. You broke it. Just kidding. Yeah, it does work. How about it? Ch dot. There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Good call. Yeah. Look at you. All right. There we go. So we have our index, we have the name status, and then we're just checking to see is the cursor at the index. If it is, then we toggle status. Otherwise, we just return the normal status in name status of model.choices. Classic immutable data mapping here. And then model with choices. I don't remember this syntax, but I do like it. I like the whole model with syntax. I think that's actually pretty nice. It's not bad. It's not bad. So in all of these cases, we're just returning that state, that model, and then what the command is going to do, right? And so the only time we actually had a command was this command.quit thing so far. So it'll be interesting to see, like, is the cursor part just magic or what? We'll see. We haven't finished. Here we go. Here's the view method. Functional record update. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's nice. You'll be properly obnoxious a few months from now. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot like you know, in Clojure, of course, we have a very different syntax for that. So it's yeah, it's nice. We don't have. I mean, you could. Let's see. Could you write a macro to do that? Yeah, probably. You could probably write a macro to do that. All right. Oh. Finally, we need to render our TUI. For that, we define a little view method that takes our model and creates a string. That string is our TUI. If you're not over the age of 30, Wayne, you can't say a long time. That's one of the rules in this stream. Because the view describes the entire UI of your application, you don't have to worry about redrawing logic or things like that. Mint T takes care of it for you. Okay, cool. Okay, so basically we defined our model and now we're just defining a view, and that describes our UI. We don't have to redraw. We don't have to do any of that. We just define a view and it works. I like that. I was just kidding, Wayne, of course. Surprisingly, I was kidding about that. Hey, there we go. There we go. You qualify then. You can say a long time. Okay, so we create our options by mapping over them. Okay, so let's see how this view works. So the view function takes a model, and then we're going to create our options by mapping over choices. This time we're going to use some pipe syntax and do a little map with index where we take index, name checked. Okay. Let cursor equals if model.cursor equals index, then else, I didn't mean to do this one. Okay, else we have a blank space in. Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to do a right arrow if we're where our cursor is, and then we're going to use X for checked, space for unchecked. We first check for cursor. If we don't have cursor, oh yeah, checked is a separate part of the UI. Okay. Yeah. How old? Yeah, 31. That makes sense, whimsically. In a long, long time. I don't know. You might have to be 40. And there's only one person that qualifies in chat that's over 40. I'm just kidding. That I know of. Okay. It's not me. Use the age as being less discrete integer and more of a superposition. Awesome. Yeah, you round your age down. that's totally true. My partner likes to round their age up, which is funny. I'm almost 40. Oh no, that's it. I'm basically 40 years old. No, you're not. You're not basically 40 years old because you're not 40 yet. Okay, so yep, that's true. That's another one that they like to say. I'm almost there. I just turned 38. I turned 38 in August. I think that's right. Okay, so what did we do? We mapped our choices. We defined a cursor and checked, and then we created a string using sprintf, right? Using a format function. between cursor, checked, and name. So we have basically 3 columns in our view: cursor, checked, and name. Okay, that's fine. And then we concat all of them with a line break in between. Okay, makes sense. And we send the UI for rendering. Okay, and then we use another sprintf. We have a curly brace here. Okay, this is something that I'm not used to. What should we buy at the market? %s. Guessing we end it with that, but I could be wrong. Okay. And it says press Q to quit. All right. And we have our options. Okay. A little bit better. I don't know. It might actually add indentation to my actual program, so that might not be so great. So what's this syntax called? Does anybody know? What is this syntax called? And like, I'm guessing this is how I just created a multi-line string in OCaml, but I just have never seen it before. What is the syntax in OCaml? Multi-line strings. Okay. Also known as verbatim strings or string literals with no escape sequences. This syntax allows you to include a string that spans multiple lines without needing to escape special characters like new lines or double quotes. Cool. Here are some key points about the syntax. Multi-line strings. You can write strings that span across multiple lines. No escape sequences. Yep. Useful for embedded text. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of like JSON or SQL would actually be really, really nice to use that for. Oh no, I just pulled out my, oh. Well, the bobble is no more. I pulled it out because I was going through my beard. Bye, bobble. Strong. Yeah, exactly. Nightshade. Yep, same thing. Yeah, in Clojure we just have we don't have the ability to do the raw string. Like in Rust they kind of don't they call those raw strings? Yeah. Yeah. So in Clojure we don't have the raw string thing. Maybe we do. I just maybe don't remember what it is. But like normal strings can be multi-line by default. It's a little bit weird, but it works. Which is really annoying because escaping things in a Java string is not easy. You end up just having like a stupid amount of backslashes to escape things, or to print a literal backslash or whatever. It ends up being really dumb. Okay, anyway. Okay, so we learned what this is. Neat. Thanks, OCaml Genie. You're so good. You're so good at this. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Nightshade. That's like the equivalent of like two slashes in a Java string. That's all. You get 2 slashes out of that. Sound what's up? Add a command. Erlang goes to Haskell.org. Oh, that's so good. That is really good. All right. That's so funny. I love it. All right, let's see. Erlong. So funny. Hey, Colgus, what's up? Thanks. Sorry, Nightshade. Got to do. You know, he used the points. What am I supposed to do? All right. Alt F4. Hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. How's it going, guys? Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for the raid. How's everybody doing? What were you all up to? How did the stream go? Ergonomic man. Yeah, I've got an Ergodox Easy here. My distro. I'll show you what my distro is. I'll put it in chat. There you go. It's a Workpace MacBook Pro. Hey, thanks for that sub, Alt F4. That's really nice of you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I hope everybody's going well. You watch Revolution OS. That's right. I saw Alt F4's tweet about that. How was it? I don't know a lot about it. Was it like about like the whole new Linux story? Okay. Yep. Neat. I've never watched it. That's very cool. It was awesome. Sweet. Yeah, it's so good. Oh, I'll have to watch it. That's really cool. Imagine DoD but without magic and kids. That's good. You should really not have any kids around RMS in general, right? Has everybody agreed with that? Like that's just you know, it'll be a little bit too creepy. Well, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome everybody. I'm MetaMe. Some people say Meta. I'll occasionally leak my first name here and there as I get frustrated with myself, especially. And not like it really matters that much. I mean, it's just a name after all. Yeah, we do all sorts of silly things on stream. I don't usually wear this hat. This is for the holidays. I do celebrate the Christmas in a fun secular way. We've got a nice fireplace behind us. We have some Christmas gnomes going on. Until a second ago, let's see. I think I don't have Spotify on here. No, I did. I fixed this. I had my beard bobble on. So we had Christmas lights on my beard. It goes on. It's pretty good. But I took it off because I was doing this with my beard and took the thing off. So the beard bobble is pretty great. The fireplace keeps us warm, and I put an M on my hat for Meta. You have those second hats too. They're awesome. I really like this hat. I love that it's erect, as people in chat like to say. Yeah, beard Christmas lights look nice. Thanks. Yeah, so we've done all sorts of things. I am mostly a functional programming ridiculous person. but we've done some other things as well. We did several months of Rust, and so we did Rust for a good while. Hey, there it is. There's the Rust DSA repo. So we did a bunch of data structures in Rust, and that was pretty fun. Um, let's see what we did. What did we do? Nope, that's not what it's called. That's because I forgot to. There we go. There's our list. There's our list of data structures. Yeah, it was pretty fun. We did an array list, binary search tree, linked list, doubly linked list, priority queue, ring buffer, and a stack. A vec and array list is the same thing. The vec's there, but I didn't write that. So it was a lot of fun. We then did MTAL, and MTAL was 12 languages in 4 weeks. That's what we spent the month of November on. So we went over 12 different languages in 4 weeks, as I just literally said a second ago. These were the 12 languages that we decided to. Can you reverse a doubly linked list? Yeah, yeah. I think we could. We could figure that one out. These are the 12 languages we ended up doing. I don't have a CS degree. I've been in the industry for 10 years or so. I started in front end, quickly went into full stack, like literally within a month. They were like, "Can you write Java?" And I was like, "No, but I will." I didn't say no. I said, "Yeah, sure. I'm sure I can figure it out." And so I started writing Java after just being a JavaScript Andy to start with, a little over 10 years ago. And so I didn't really write C and C++ and all this other goodness. So we did all that. So I had my first job doing full stack Java, TypeScript, JavaScript for about 5 years. And then about 5 years ago, I got a job writing Clojure full time. Clojure is a Lisp that is on the JVM, and that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. So pretty functional programming ish, programming ish, functional programming ish. And so I also wanted to explore some Lisps. So that's why we went through Scheme, Common Lisp, and Racket. I really love Haskell. I wrote a lot of Haskell 5 or 6 years ago. It's the only language out of the 12 I've really written very much in. And so I thought we'd do a little review and a refresher on Haskell, and then also learn standard ML and OCaml. Not like we learned these things, right? We played around with them. We wrote FizzBuzz. We got our internships in all 12 of these languages, almost all 12. We actually did not write FizzBuzz in Agda, but I even wrote FizzBuzz in Coq. It's French, okay? It's a French word for chicken. Just get over it. And they actually decided to rename the language because of the unfortunate slang pronunciation similarity between the English and even though this is a perfectly fine French word. So they're apparently going to rename it to rock, like this. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, kind of lame. What a rename, seriously. Rock. Yeah, I know. I feel like there's still, yeah, there is a language called rock, and that's a different thing. That's like pre. I have a hard time with the guy who started that language, so I won't get into it then. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Rockling, exactly. Yeah, without the Q. Should have leaned in. I know. So anyway, welcome. Thanks for the raid again. And right now we're writing some OCaml. I don't know OCaml very well. The tour was the first time I really wrote OCaml. But we're playing with this Mint T TUI library that Leo wrote. That's Twitter. That's not GitHub. We don't care about Twitter right now. And so we're just defining this little terminal program right now. So that's what we're up to. Let's see. There's a few follows. Let me make sure I thank you for them. The follow away. I really appreciate the follow. Hey yo Tommy. I somehow I missed that you followed me 43 minutes ago. If you're still around, thanks a lot. Denzel V, Foo Force, Pseudo Dreamy. Hey, I appreciate the follows, guys. I really do. Wait, what's this lopsided? At work email is the first letter of first name, full last name, so his email is shart. That's so bad. That's so funny. All right, Nightshade. See you, dude. Shart at, yeah, that's a problem. That's pretty problematic. In indie dev. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're creating this little shopping list program that's going to run in the terminal. We're almost done, I think. So far, this has been a really nice little library. We define our initial state using model. He's a sales guy too, so he has to give it out. That's so bad, lopsided. So bad. So bad. Okay, so we have our initial state. um, we're choosing on whether we need to buy empanadas, carrots, cupcakes, or all three. We then have our update function, which is basically just like updating our state, right? And so we defined a few different things there. We're just following the tutorial. I didn't really come up with any of this code on my own at this point. I'm just getting a feel for how the library works. So yeah, we have all these little events on key downs. Pretty self-explanatory. This is just a match. If you're used to Rust, this is just a match statement. It's just pattern matching. It's all good. Those three are also my choices. Those are good choices. I mean, do you really need anything else on your shopping list? Yeah, so we defined our update function, and then we defined our view, which apparently, is going to be kind of what you'd expect. So I guess this is MVC for terminals right here. We've got our model and our view defined. We just have to actually load up the program. So let's see what happens. Okay. So I don't need these. Excuse me. So we're going to define our app as mintt.app. I've already opened mintt, but I guess this makes sense because we're shadowing that name. And then we're just going to pass some named parameters to that function, which is what that syntax does. And then we're just going to say mintt start app, and we're going to pass in our initial model. So there's a reason we named everything. It's because we're using it all as named parameters. So now that we did that, we don't need this anymore. That was just to get rid of some warnings while we were building. It kind of felt like it did whimsically. It felt like the GIF wasn't actually playing. I'm sorry, GIF. The GIF wasn't actually playing until it came into view. So who actually knows? All right. So this looks good. Let's run a little Dune build. Make sure it's happy. It's not happy. What's wrong? Did I mess something up? Did I ruin something? Line 43. What's on line 43? Let toggle status. Forgot an equals. An equals sign may help when you're trying to define something. Jiffy. It's actually Jiffy. This is probably I did 3 days of OCaml when I was doing the tour of languages, and so this is probably day 4. I mean, I played with it a couple other times, like little things, but I wrote a fair amount of Haskell, and there's quite a few similarities. So the whole like ML syntax doesn't throw me off too much, and I get a lot of the basic concepts that are difficult for newcomers if you're not used to any sort of like meta language. Okay, so we did that. Let's see. I think that no. Unbound record field cursors. Yes, I did mean cursor. What a helpful error message on line 60. Okay. let cursor, we want cursors, and let's see where we're at now. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to say Dune exec. Sure, we'll say no print directory according to that. And it says to just do main.exe on the tutorial. I'm going to guess that I can just do Dune exec no print directory, and then I pass the project name, if I remember right. We'll see if this is true. What did I call this? MT shopping list? There it is. There's a reason this is screwed up. It's not the tutorial's fault. It's auto indentation's fault. Hey, not bad. Not bad. Okay, we're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy it all. But we don't really need carrots. We mostly need empanadas and cupcakes. So there is our first TUI app using mint tea. Jife rhymes with wife with a J as in jar, initial. Phone me. Wow. Amazing. A phone me, huh? Okay, that's very, very weird because that is like a certain, that is a, I'm not going to tell you which one, of course, but that is a certain secret at my company. Phone me is a secret value since I work in, I work for a VoIP company. So it's a little bit weird to see phone me literally written like that. It's a certain secret value that we use. I know. Amazing. How did you know this, Wayne? Key logging. Do you have a key logger on my system? Keigoki said, I just finished up a course at university over programming languages in which we only used OCaml to introduce us to functional languages. It's pretty neat. Yeah, I used OPAM quite a bit to test functions. It's very useful for debugging. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I really like OPAM. Clojure and most Lisp are really big on REPLs. So, oh, I was thinking of UTOP. So like, you know, using UTOP to jump into the REPL and test things out, it's definitely something that I'm used to as well. Phone me is a linguistic term that describes the smallest individual unit of sound that makes up a spoken word. And so it's not phone me, it's phoneme. Hey, nice. Phoneme. I do feel like I've heard that. But of course, I just read it based on my context of what we use it as, at work. Yeah, phoneme. Very cool. One second. Yeah, phoneme. Yeah, makes sense. Thanks for the education, Wayne. All right. So let's fix our view. We're using this multi-line string syntax here. And for some reason, the what should we buy at the market gets screwed up. I see why. So this is actually fine. But yeah, basically we're going to want to get rid of all these spaces here. So we'll just do this. It's a little bit silly, but it works. All right. It's the only thing that I actually hate about multi-line strings in most languages is the fact that if you have a multi-line string that you're defining while indented, of course it's going to look weird compared to the rest of your code. Of course, most people who aren't used to a meta language would be like, all of this code looks weird. But no matter what language you do it in, it just looks weird because, you know, if you put a space, of course it's a literal space, but I want it to look nice. I want it to be indented with the rest of my code. But now I always well, thanks, Wayne. I've changed your life. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we're in business. It's looking good. We're gonna buy it all. So yeah, that was nice. We have Vim bindings, which is nice. We're using J and K to go up and down, and we have it looping. So if we go to the bottom, it goes to the top. It's perfect. Um, yeah, being introduced. There was a guy who joined Stream one time, and 80% of his coursework at his university was in Haskell, in undergrad, and I was like, wow, that's that's crazy. That might be a little bit overboard, but I would hire one of those people. That's the curriculum. Did he go to university in Glasgow? That's a good question. No, it was actually in the Netherlands. Um, okay, so this is cool. We have Q to quit, and we finished our little tutorial. So let's just say, hey, finished mint t tutorial. We'll just commit that and say, yay, we did it. There was the main thing that was hard about this was because I don't know OCaml that well, was actually getting this to work with a GitHub repository at the very beginning, because Mint T isn't like published to the main OPAM repository. So your guess was Helsinki, yeah. Um, uh, apparently a lot of people in Finland love closure. That's what one of my friends who lives in Helsinki said. They just love closure out there. I don't know why. They just do. Um I don't know if that's still true. That was a few years ago. Okay. So was I just talking about? Okay, so we used ChatGPT to figure out what the problem was. It wasn't that hard. I guess the main thing is, let's see, let me document this somewhere. Let's just open up a scratch buffer. Okay. So what did we have to do? We had to say OPAM. I already forgot. This is why I was going into GPT. This one. Pretty good. I'm trying out GPT plus. See if it's worth it. I don't know. Um Yeah, close, Kiko. It's also it's yeah, I'm paying for it. This is my first month paying for it. We'll see. Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get into confirmation bias. All that for because like I added it and somebody made this nice like OCaml genie, which was like a specially trained uh you know bot. I don't know what GPT calls them. So I gave it the exact same question between GPT-4 and OCaml Genie, and the OCaml Genie was better. It was better. So that's pretty cool. Um, and the guy who did OCaml Genie, Leo, is actually the same guy who wrote this uh, Mint T library as well. So pretty neat. So yeah. What were we doing? This one. Hard to tell I have ADHD, right? Okay. These are the main things that you need to know. If you're adding a repository, if you're adding a dependency from GitHub, you need to say repo name, repo URL, opam pen repo name. Actually, it's just package name. Git URL. Okay. So this is adding a package from GitHub so OCaml sees it. Then you can just do OCaml install package name like usual and add it to your Dune file. Okay. I'm going to put this in Discord to make sure that the OCaml people say I'm not wrong. Let's see. This is what I gathered is the right way to add a GitHub dependency to my Dune project. Does this look right? Yeah, this should work. All right, see ya fall away. Yeah, I'm about to we're almost done anyway. I mostly am just wrapping up some things now. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. So I added that to Discord so I won't lose it because scratch buffers don't persist, you know, that whole thing. Good deal. Yeah, so let's see, what's next? The main thing that's next is like we finished this. This was just to play around with it. So Dylan, DM Mulroy on Twitch, if you don't know him. I can't believe I forgot this Alt F4. I'm sorry. I forgot to give you a shout out when you rated me. How rude. How rude can one person be? Anyway, there's a shout out to Alt F4. I recently just met F4, well, digitally, of course, because he's a Knicks person. And Dylan and I, DM Mulroy, I can't give two shout outs in a row. Dylan and I are planning on a Knicks stream coming into the new year because we both want to learn Knicks and haven't really learned it. So I probably tried at some point years ago when I was like really into Haskell, but it's been a while. So we're going to kind of collab on that and do a stream series called Knicks at Night, assuming that we can get it all working, and hopefully Alt F4 can join us for at least some of that to speed up our process, speed up our learnings for learning Knicks. So that's the plan for what's next. The other thing, and part of the reason that I was checking out Mint T today, is Dylan is creating this tool called Create Melange app. Melange is a way to write basically front end applications that work with React, I believe. I don't know if you have to use React. I forget. Okay, no, it's just a backend for the OCaml compiler that emits JavaScript. Yeah, no worries, Alt F4. I was just saying that I feel bad that I didn't give you a shout out, so I remembered to do that. And then we were just talking about the Knicks series that we're planning on. So yeah, so that'll be cool, and hopefully we'll speed up the Newbury the Knicks, not those Knicks, Wayne, not those Knicks. I surprisingly, yeah. I'm excited. I after going through the pain of like the MTAL stuff, like going through the pain of doing C and C++, and trying to get things linked and working and all of that kind of stuff, I was like, that's when I was really like, oh, I know Nix would just be so much better at this than having to do all of this on my own as well. But that being said, uh, I think I know people that use it for a lot of other things as well, and I know you can just like create your whole system with it. So it'll be cool. So yeah, Dylan's creating a create melange app tool, and he's like pretty close with it. And he was using a different. He was using a really ridiculous stack. This library called Ink that lets you create terminal apps, basically TUIs again, using React components. And we're probably going to port that to, or probably, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I didn't actually remember to ask him. I'm just going to say it anyway. We're probably going to port that to Mint T, and that way we can get rid of the whole React dependency and essentially the whole JS dependency. We should be able to just write it all, completely in OCaml. We don't need JS to make a CLI app, right? So thank God. So that'll be fun. It's a clone of 2048 called TUI 48. Oh, that's cool. That's really neat. I like it. Yeah, TUIs are neat. This was probably my first TUI app that I've written. It was very complicated. I think this is something I'm definitely going to put on my CV. Exactly, Foo Force. Yeah, I have written around. Let's see. I want to be honest here. I've written probably 50 lines of JavaScript in 5 years. I'm not planning on changing that. I'm not trying to change that at all. Writing that little JavaScript in 5 years, it does something for your soul. So, it's very healing. Yeah. So anyway, I think it's ready. It's time for me to move on. Yeah, so that's what's coming next. We're going to do some Nix. We're probably going to work on some more OCaml on this stream. And then I will probably also keep working on my meme tool. It's not really a meme exactly, but it is this little Rust CLI that I wrote. I'll probably keep working on this just for something fun, just to mix it up and make sure that I don't forget how to write Rust, because it would suck to kind of like lose some of those skills. I'd like to keep my Rust skills sharp. So we'll probably be doing some Rust, doing some OCaml, and doing some Nix stuff. And that's probably what's gonna happen in the new year. So that's the idea so far. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for the raid and the people that hung out after the raid. Let's see, who can we raid now? Who can we pass on the torch to? I think Leo may still be streaming, in which case it's probably a good idea to raid him. And yeah, he is. So let's just raid Leo. Let me make sure that he's not like signing off right now. He's just been working really hard on his Riot. I don't know what you would call it. Library that basically works with. It's basically like trying to take OTP from Erlang and putting it onto multi-core OCaml, since multi-core is kind of a new thing for OCaml. So that's the idea of Riot. Okay, Leo Stera. Let's see, did I get that right? /rain Leo Stera. So yeah, that's about it. If you want to catch more streams, you can follow me here on Twitch. You can get stream notifs on Twitter, and in general, bad boomer millennial takes. And I post all my VODs on YouTube as well with music and no music variants. And you can get most of the old stuff there, since Twitch only carries some of the VODs. So thanks again for hanging out, and let's raid Leo. See y'all.